Namandavs, 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 namandavs. Namandavs, namandavs.
Oh, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
I guess it's a relative term, goodness, considering the events of yesterday, but I do appreciate all of you to be able to be here today on a day like today. I appreciate the fact that I'm not sure, I live in San Francisco, Daly City, and you've had a summer actually warmer than normal. We have not. I guess it's sort of warmer in the sense that the highest we've gotten this whole year is 75, and so I was grateful for today, grateful for small things in the sense that I would always fear that if I dress appropriately for San Francisco, Daly City, I will come here and will be very inappropriately dressed. So thank you. Thank you to the weather. Thank you for all of you. Thank you for coming on these uncertain times. Sorry, good morning. My name is Art. And I would like to thank you for coming to today's morning. It's a combined Dharma family and Obon Hatsubon service. So you're in for a treat, unless you don't like to do public performance of dancing. And if you don't like it, blame Judy Cohn on the back. If you do like it, I don't know, blame Judy Cohn on the back. So we will begin today's service with a moment of quiet sitting. Reverend Kuwahara will strike the bell and we will sit for 1 or 2 minutes to quiet our minds and to prepare to hear the Dharma. Then he will strike the bell again and we will continue with the service.
Namandavs, namandavs. ナモアミダ仏。ナモアミダ仏。ナモアミダ仏。ナマンダ仏。ナマンダ仏。ナマンダ仏。ナマンダ仏。ナマンダ仏。ナマンダ仏。ナマンダ仏。ナマンダ仏。
Reverend Kuwahara will now lead us in the chanting of the Sambujo, which is on page 24 of the Purple Service Book, followed by the reading of the dedication. Reverend Kuwahara will then read the names of the persons who have passed away during the past year and will ask the families of those persons to come up in Oshoko and light Hatsubon lanterns in memory of their loved ones.
So I'm going to chant the Sambujo. The first, third, on page 24, the first, third, fifth line led by me, a chanting leader. And then you are welcome to join the lines, second, fourth, sixth lines. Hyobyaku dedication passage. Today we gather at the Berkeley Buddhist Temple to observe the Obon 2024 Obon and the Hatsubon service for those who passed away and attained birth in the Pure Land in the past 12 months. The end of life is inevitable for all beings. We may recognize the truth of Buddha's teaching that everything in this world is impermanent. And yet, as we grieve the parting of our dear loved ones, we find it difficult to accept this truth in our hearts. With great compassion, Amida Buddha established a vow to lead all sentient beings to the realm of nirvana upon their departure from this world, and bring about their attainment of the highest enlightenment and a complete liberation from suffering. Because of this vow, those who passed away before us have now become enlightened ones, or Buddha, who compassionately embrace and guide us on our journey to liberation from suffering. May we encounter the guidance of the Buddha and deepen our appreciation of the Buddha's compassionate benevolence. May we remember with gratitude all we have received from them and reaffirm that we continue to spiritually receive guidance within their embrace. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 So since this is a Hatsubon, first Obon service for the family members and the friends who lose your family members and friends in the past 12 months. So I'm going to read our Dharma friends' names who passed away in the past 12 months. William Billy Muranishi. And then if family members, friends are here, please come to the front to light a candle, followed by the incense offering. If nobody is here today, Tara will light a candle for them. It is Nakagawa. Nancy Kaki. Pauline Fong. Thank you, Rachel. ありがとう。幸子山崎。 Good job, Hansen. Thank you. Thank you, Dwayne. はい、ありがとう。Lastly, 吉郎時は。Thank you, Tara. ありがとうございます。So now we will have a sutra chanting Amida Kyo, which is on page 101 in the third purple service book. So you are welcome to join sutra chanting, and then also at the bottom of each page you can find English translation. You can silently follow the English translation too. Namandautsu, namandautsu, namandautsu. Bussen Amida Kyo. 尿税我門一時仏在者へ国義樹記購読音四大比丘衆1250人区海税大あら監修小知識長老舎利法マカモ県連マカカ書マカカ千年マカクチラリハタシュリハンダガなんだあなんだらごらきょぼんはだいびんずるはらだかるだいまかこひんなはくらあぬるだにょぜと初代弟子行書菩薩まかさつ文殊師利法王子あいた菩薩剣高大菩薩上昇人菩薩四如勢と初代菩薩牛釈大観人と無量昇天大祝二次仏語長老舎利法十勢西法果十万の区仏道右世界妙圧極楽合同右仏ご阿弥陀根源在説法舎利法非道学校妙意極楽合国修上無宿単樹昇楽光明極楽舎利法極楽国道七十乱十七十羅も七十五十改税司法修相異尿税公被告妙圧極楽舎利法極楽国道牛ポチ悪毒水十万号中地体順に根社富士四辺街道金言ルリハリ五条上右老各役位金言ルリハリ社公釈主名の 二号直視地中蓮華大尿舎利小式小項王式王項釈式釈項白式白項未明高血舎利本極楽国土上十尿税空毒称号右舎利本非仏国土上沙天学黄金二次中夜六時二右曼荼羅家五国修女上位昇丹各位英国上昇妙慶供養他法十万の仏即位直次元東本国凡直教行舎利本極楽国土上十尿税空毒称号武士舎利本非国上右主十奇妙雑式市長白光空弱オム舎利下領賓が愚名市長税商州長中夜六時水和下音五音年長五根五力七宝大分八正道分明税東方合同修女門前鬼開室念仏年法年相舎利本尿物医師実税財宝少々少医者が非仏国土無三幕舎利本合仏国土小無三幕土司明が教実税小中長海税阿弥陀仏抑量法温泉流変化小佐舎利本非仏国土未風水道兵庫十牛法羅網水未明音非尿百千十学同時空差門前王社開示年上念仏年法年相死神舎利本合仏国土上十尿税功徳称言舎利本お如意運が非仏が皇后阿弥陀舎利本非仏光明無量生じ報国無償生下税皇后意阿弥陀右舎利本非仏寿命牛五人民無料無辺阿僧義故光明阿弥陀舎利本阿弥陀仏成仏以来大古事故右舎利本非仏無料無辺正門で海あらかん非税三十四小の地祖母殺種薬部尿税舎利本非仏国土上十尿税空毒称号右舎利本極楽国土修上少者海税阿弥バチ五中他右一生不生五主人他非税三十小の知識単価無料無辺な葬儀構成舎利本修上門者応答本願願消費後消費者が特用尿税症状善人空営一生舎利本不可小前言福徳因年特消費国舎利本薬善難自然用に門説阿弥陀仏主事名号約一日約二日約三日約四日約五日約六日約七日一心不乱五人臨妙十字阿弥陀仏要所修女 現在午前前任修持神父天道即徳往生阿弥陀仏極楽国土舍利本願経税理法摂子言脈修上門税摂社応答本願消費国土舍利本如我根者三段阿弥陀仏不可思議功徳逃亡薬阿宿美仏趣味相仏大趣味仏趣味公仏妙音仏妙税と語が社修正仏各王合国水光上絶相偏風三千大先生界説上実言尿等修上等身税小不可思議功徳一切小仏称号年行舍利本南方聖宇日が当仏妙門公仏大円見仏趣味当仏無量精進仏妙税と語が社修小仏各王合国水光上絶相偏風三千大先世界戦上実言尿等修上等身税小三不可思議功徳一切勝負称号年行舍利本西方世界宇日無量寿仏無量創仏無量動物大好物大名物発想物上皇物妙税と語が社修小仏各王合国水光上絶相偏風三千大先世界戦上実言尿等修上等身税小差不可思議功徳一切小仏称号年行舍利発北方世界有縁見仏最小音仏南小仏日小仏無明仏尿税と語が社修小仏各王合国水光上絶相偏風三千大先世界戦上実言尿等修上等身税小三不可思議功徳一切小称号年行舍利本下方世界有志士仏妙門仏妙高仏脱魔仏報道仏自法仏妙税と語が社修小仏各王合国超絶相偏風三千大先世界戦上実言尿等修上等身税小三不可思議功徳一切小仏称号年行舍利本情報世界右凡の仏宿の仏工場仏高校仏大円見仏雑式法形言神仏さら十王仏法形特仏見一切義仏妙趣味千仏妙税と語が社修正各王合国水光上絶相偏風三千大先世界戦上実語尿等修上等身税小三不可思議功徳一切小仏称号年行舍利本応如意運河が公明意一切小仏称号年行舍利本薬善難師善用人門税小仏小説妙牛行妙税小善難師善用人開一切小仏具称号年大徳不大天皇阿のくたら三脈三宝大税公舍利本尿等海と真珠が語牛小仏小説舍利本 脈任異発願根発願東発翼小阿弥陀仏国者税商人と海徳不退天の阿のくたら三脈三宝だ王妃国土脈衣装脈根性脈東小税公舎利法小善男子善用人脈信者応答発願消費国土舎利発尿が根者小三小仏不可思議功徳非小仏と百小節が不可思議功徳に左前を釈迦牟尼仏の偉人南慶牛寺のシャバ国土五辱悪性公辱賢辱煩悩辱中上辱妙辱中徳阿のくたら三脈三宝だ異小修上節税一切政権南進司法シ利法統治が王五辱悪性行師難事徳阿のくたら三脈三宝だ一切政権摂氏南進司法税偉人な不摂氏教威舎利法優勝美句一切政権天に阿修羅と文部小説寛義真珠さらいにこう仏説阿弥陀経アマンダブアマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブがんにしくどく平等性祭道法菩提心往生安ナマンダーブツナマンダーブツナマンダーブツナマンダーブツナマンダーブツナマンダーブツナマンダーブツナマンダーブツナマンダーブナマンダーブ
Please rise if you are able, really, to follow along with the Gatha. Obon Obon, it's festival day, which is on page 186 of the Purple Service Book. And then please remain standing for the reading of the three treasures. Thank you, Bradley, and the Sangha singers. We will now recite the Three Treasures 1 on page 8 of the Purple Service Book. Please feel free to follow along. Three Treasures 1. Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not realize the truth in this life, when will it be realized? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha. May we absorb ourselves in the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves the supreme will. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we be submerged in the depth of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. May we live in harmony in the great assembly as disciples of Buddha and be freed from all hindrances, becoming units of true accord in the life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through myriad ages of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Please be seated. We will now have a Dharma message by Reverend Kuhara.
So before I start my Dharma message for today, if you can, please put your hands together. I'm going to read this passage. How to listen to a Dharma message. Listen as if I'm listening for the first time. Listen as if the message is for myself alone. Listen as if this is the last chance to listen to the Dharma. In Japanese, 弔問の心。この度のこのご縁は初事と思うべし。この度のこのご縁は我一人のためと思うべし。この度のこのご縁は根性最後と思うべし。ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナマンダ仏、ナマンダ仏、ナマンダ仏。はい。Good morning, everyone. おはようございます。Yeah, so as Art-san mentioned yesterday, there is another gun violence here in the United States. So, I know people have, different political stance, and then so people have a different feeling about former President Donald Trump. But I think gun violence, to try to change things with the violence is not acceptable. Yeah. And so that's why, of course, as a Buddhist, we should think about why people try to change the situation with the violence or power. And then also, especially in the US, people are access to the guns. Yeah. And then so these guns, those weapons, and then we humans so unreliable. We think, I'm, good, I'm okay, but our heart, our emotion is so, fragile and then so unreliable. And then, I think we'd like to think about our access to. I know this is a big discussion, especially at the Japanese national living in the U.S. This is a long discussion about gun thing, but I would like to think about this gun violence, and then not only gun violence in the Gaza. Still, a lot of people killed with a big, huge military power. So again, we humans have to think about our access to those military power and then guns, weapons. Right. So anyway, so today, Obon and then also Hatsubon service. So Hatsubon is the first Obon service for the family members who have lost their family members in the past 12 months. So on this occasion, I'm going to talk more about what the Obon is. But so because of Obon season, every year, Berkeley Buddhist Temple, we have an annual cemetery visit. So because of our location, we usually have two places. One is Sunset View Cemetery, mortuary, and then the other one is Chapel of Chimes in Oakland. And then thank you for those who attended yesterday's cemetery visit. Yeah, a little bit chilly, especially morning at 9. This is the sunset located in El Cerrito, I believe, not the Albany, address-wise. Yeah, and then, typical El Cerrito morning, like a 9 a.m., overcast, windy, But despite of the difficult, weather, we had some people joined cemetery visit. And then in the afternoon, we went to Chapel of Chimes, and BBT has a very wonderful, nice niche. In front of the niche, we had a service. I saw the people's, people members like Don Matsubara, their names on the plaque. And then that is BBT's like a morning event, and then evening. Every year we have Obon dance working with Berkeley Higashi Honganji. There is another Jodo Shinshu Buddhist temple in Berkeley, ours, and then Higashi Honganji. So every year in turn we kind of back and forth. And this year Higashi Honganji's turn to host the Obon dance. And then thank you, people who attended, joined the Obon service. Obon Odori dance yesterday. A lot of people. I was surprised. So many people joined the Obon dance last evening. And then the Berkeley Higashi, they kindly served udon. And then there's a chow mein too. So anyway, we had next year our turn to host the Obon dance. So next summer, I think second Saturday of July, right? So let's prepare for the next year's Obon. So as I mentioned, this is a Obon service. I selected this passage from the writing of Shinran Shonin, Venerable Shinran, who is the founder of our school, Jodo Shinshu Buddhism. So before I start my Dharma message, I would like to read this passage. So if you can, please put your hands together one more time. Leap and dance means to dance in the air and to dance on the ground. It is a form of boundless joy and manifests a state of gladness and delight. Gladness is to rejoice upon attaining what one shall attain, and delight is happiness. Attaining the stage of truly settled, to be liberated from samsara, expresses itself in this form. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 So Obon is a Japanese term, and then I put the Japanese and then my Chinese character here. And this is one of the major services conducted, observed at the, many Japanese Buddhist temples in the summertime. Some temples have Obon in the July, and then some temples are in August. Depending on the region, especially in Japan region, some have a like July Obon, some have a August Obon. But anyway, so Obon is a observance service held in the summertime. And then what is Obon? Some people who know Japanese term Obon maybe imagine those kind of tray. So tray in Japanese called Obon. Obon. But Buddhist Obon is not talking about those trays. So Obon in Buddhism comes from this Buddhist sutra, Ulambana Sutra. Ulambana Sutra. This is a Buddhist sutra, Buddhist scripture about the story of Moggallana, who is one of the disciples of Shakyamuni Buddha. And then this Ulambana is an Indian word term, and the meaning kind of severe pain, severe suffering. And then when Buddhism went from India to China, many Indian terms were translated into Chinese. Also, some words are transliterated. So just taking the sound and then put the Chinese characters. So this Ulambana, went into China, so used those Chinese characters. And then Urabon. So this is the transliteration of this Indian term Ulambana. So sometimes Obon service is called Ulambana service. Ulambana service. So in any case, the service Obon, Buddhist event Obon, comes from this Buddhist sutra, Ulambana, Indian term. And then the Obon, the first O is an honorific prefix. So I would say, although there are some different theories about the origin of Obon, I would like to share this origin of the Obon. So it comes from the title or name of Buddhist sutra, originally from India. So I mentioned this sutra is about Moggallana, Shakyamuni Buddha's disciple. Actually, in the Amida Sutra today, thank you for chanting Amida Sutra together today. I always appreciate you join and then chant Amida Sutra with me. So helps me to take a breath. ありがとうございます。And then, at the very beginning, you can find the Moggallana. Although a little bit different spelling because they use a different Chinese characters for Moggallana. So, the first page, 103. If you you can take a look at the service book. Please open 103. So the first part of sutra is describing when Shakyamuni Buddha delivered this teaching, and then where that was, and then who attended this gathering, And then here there is a list of attendees, and then Shariputra is the first listed disciple, and then after that Magurada Yana. I think this is hard to pronounce. For me, easier to say Moggallana. So this is the this Moggallanas, different leading. And then after that, there are many kind of listing not a student, disciples of Shakyamuni Buddha. So let me share the story of this, disciple Moggallana in this sutra. So this brief description is written by Reverend Kusunoki, who is the Rinban of the Seattle Betsuin. The sutra tells the story of Shakyamuni Buddha who lived in India about 2,500 years ago. And the Moggallana, one of Buddha's disciples and chief master of supernormal power. And then one day Moggallana used his supernatural power to visualize the whereabouts of his deceased mother. Searching all the realms from the highest of the heavens to the lowest of the hells, he was surprised and horrified to find his mother suffering in the torments of the realm of hungry ghosts. So here, talking about the realm of hungry ghosts, what's that? So 6 realms. So this idea comes from India or Buddhist cosmology. So there is 6 realms, starting from hell, hungry ghosts, animals, and then fighting spirits, humans, heavenly beings, hell. So we kind of transmigrate one after another among those 6 realms once we complete this life, and then born into the next. But basically, they are all the realms filled with suffering, difficulties, pain, challenges. Although we have some positives, but basically all those 6 are filled with suffering and challenges, difficulties. And then this is called samsara. And then using his supernatural power, Moggallana found his deceased mother was in this realm of hungry ghosts. And then jealous and then greedy beings are sent to this realm, and then no one can eat or drink anything because food and drink turn into fire before they are consumed. So hungry ghosts are always skinny with swollen stomachs. When Moggallana tries to give some food to his mother, it turns into fire and then carbonized. Helpless in aiding in his mother, he seeks help from the Buddha, to Shakyamuni Buddha. Here I put some underlines. Moggallana was surprised because his beloved mother was sent to the realm of hungry ghosts. And then people who did something wrong in this world kind of sent to this realm, according to Indian or Buddhist idea, especially this transmigration. But for him, his mother was really nice, so kind, always feed nice, and always, took very good care of him. So that's why Moggallana was really surprised. Why my mom? She's in the realm of hungry ghosts, and so much suffering right now. So then Moggallana went to Buddha, and then asked why. And then Shakyamuni Buddha told him, your mother was greedy and envious person. So what the Shakyamuni Buddha said, although Moggallana he didn't know, to him, she was such a nice, wonderful mother. But she stole food or clothes for her dear son. And she was so kind of mean to other kids or envies other kids' kind of success because of her deep love, her kind of attachment to her son. So that's why she was a really nice mother to Moggallana. But to people around her, she was such a mean and a bad lady. Because of what she did, so that's why Shakyamuni Buddha said she was sent to, realm of hungry ghosts. And then, by the way, so those are the kind of images, pictures of beings in in the realm of hungry ghosts, according to some Buddhist scriptures. And then Shakyamuni Buddha said, "You cannot save her by yourself. You need a combined help of all the monks to help your mother. many monks are in summer retreat right now, bring them offering of food and bedding. So in India, summertime, monks have a summer retreat. And then, because they kind of engage or dedicate themselves to, practice and study. So that's why they are so hungry. And then they need a, nice, comfortable bedding, right? So Moggallana, following the Buddha's instructions, he offered food and bedding to the monks. And then his mother is freed from the realm of hungry ghosts, relieved of her suffering. And then overjoyed, Moggallana claps hands and dances. So this is Kusunoki Sensei's article, kind of quoted from this article on the Tri-School website. You can read the whole, Kusunoki Sensei's message on the Tri-School. So now let me share some points of Obon from this short introduction of the story of Moggallana. So here, Moggallana, he offered food to the monks and then bedding to them tired monks. And then that's how his mother was relieved from the realm of suffering. So this part is Moggallana, he kind of did a merit transfer by offering or practicing a dharma to the monks. And then because of monks and then his merit virtues, and then this happened. His deceased mother, the revelation from the realm of suffering and pain. So because of that, we survivors send or transfer the merit virtues to the deceased, then the deceased can receive some sort of a benefit. So this comes from the connected link to the idea of like an ancestor worship or maybe deceased kind of observance for the deceased. And then this part, by transferring or directing a virtue's merit to the deceased, in this case his deceased mother, and then with that she was relieved from the realm of suffering. So that's why he was so, overjoyed. And this overjoyed of Moggallana is the origin of Obon dance. And then when, this happened, it's after, the time of summer retreat for the monks. So that's why Obon is associated, connected with the summertime. So those are some points of Obon. And then now, so I would say this is more like points for Japanese Buddhism in general. So now let me share some about the more uniqueness or characteristics of Jodo Shinshu points of Obon. So Moggallana, he transferred the merits by offering, food, bedding, or practicing a dharma to the monks. And then with his merit transfer, she was kind of saved. She was liberated from the, life of suffering in the realm of hungry ghost. Then who is our or my Moggallana? So the idea is, so we are also, I showed a picture, image of 6 realms. We are right now in the human realms. But according to Indian or Buddhist understanding, we are also living in samsara, which is we need to encounter, deal with difficulties, challenges, stress, pain, suffering, one after another, right? So that's why each of us, we need to be liberated from this endless cycle of, samsara, transmigration in samsara, right? And then her mother, because of her nice, son, so that's why Moggallana, he transferred the merit. She could be liberated from the samsara, right? And then who is our Moggallana? We have to think about who we are, where we are right now. So we are in samsara. So we need somebody who could liberate us from this life endless circulation of samsara. Right? And then how can we, be liberated from samsara? And then I would say this is a very important central point of Buddhism too, right? The Prince Gautama Siddhartha, who became a Buddha later, but his spiritual quest started to find a path, how, to be liberated from this life of suffering. That's why he threw away everything as a prince and then became a practitioner to discover, to search, the path for the revelation, or maybe life from samsara. Right? That is the essential point of Buddhism. So who is our Moggallana? I would say in this, Jodo Shinshu Buddhism, Amida Buddha is the one who transferred the merit for us, right? And then what is merit? So I would say Namo Amida Butsu. To simply recite Namo Amida Butsu, that is Buddha's merit transfer, right? So when we get sick, we take a medicine, right? So medicine is a usually small pill. But in this small pill, kind of all, researchers, pharmacists, doctors, many people's effort and then wish for our betterment, kind of healthy life is encapsulated, right? So we take this small pill and then we get better, right? So in the same way, this Namo Amida Butsu, short phrase Namo Amida Butsu, encapsulates Amida Buddha's huge, big, merit and virtues. And then by reciting it, then we can be liberated from this samsara. So although we are here, and then so we maybe next life, depending on how we live our everyday life, right? Maybe we go to the different realm, one of the samsara. But with this simple recitation of Namo Amida Butsu, saying the Namo Amida Butsu, we can surely be liberated from this samsara. This is the teaching of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism. This is Amida Buddha's deep, deep compassion by providing such a simple, easy practice. So because this practice, such a simple and easy, everybody can practice, perform it successfully without difficulties. So I put the, please open page 8 of the service book. What is the page 8? 3 treasures. Ne? So we just recited. Ne? Yeah. I'm sure you don't remember the page number. Ne? So here we have 3 treasures. Then, there are 2 different versions of translation, page 8 and 9. Especially like a leader part. Every time I recite the 3 treasures, I feel kind of joy of encountering the Buddha Dharma, joy of encountering the guidance of the Buddha. So here, so at this Buddhist temple, we come here and then listen to the Dharma. We receive guidance of Buddha, Buddha's wisdom and compassion. And then, it's not easy to encounter this Buddha's guidance, Buddha's wisdom and compassion. It's really rare, first to be born into human life. Of course, this first line based upon the idea of, we kind of transmigrate, realm after realm, one after another. And then it's kind of rare for us to be born into human life. And then there are many different religious teachings, spiritual paths, but we could encounter this guidance, Buddha Dharma. So these 3 treasures expresses our joy of how rare it is for us to encounter this Buddha Dharma, Amida Buddha's guidance. So again, Obon observance, Obon service, especially in the Jodo Shinshu tradition, we call, this is more official title for the Obon in the Jodo Shinshu tradition. We call Kangie. And then kangie, the first two characters means kangi means a joy, kind of deep, special joy. And then the third Chinese character, e means a service. So of course, this kangie, calling as a obon service is called kangie, comes from Moggallana's joy of his mother is relieved liberated from the life of suffering. But for us, like we see in the three treasures, our kind of joy or preciousness of encountering this teaching of Amida Buddha's wisdom and compassion. So today, I brought this passage. So in the sutra, especially larger sutra, there is a passage that talks about the joy of encountering Buddha's benevolence, Buddha's great compassion, Buddha's vow. And then Venerable Shinran interpret what kind of joy we receive from this teaching. And then this passage talks about why we joy, and then what kind of joy we receive from this teaching. So the kangie, service of joy, which is the obon service, is kind of related to our joy. So of course, as long as we live in this samsara, in a saha world, so we need to deal with many challenges, difficulties, suffering, pains. But I would say Buddha Dharma or Amida Buddha's teaching makes us strong. This teaching makes us strong so that we can deal with, overcome all those challenges, difficulties, pain, suffering. So that's why when we truly encounter this teaching, I'm sure you can have a joy. You can have a joy and a deep appreciation. And then ups and then downs in your everyday life, you can appreciatively, deal with all those difficulties and the positive situation. So that's why it's very important for each of us to encounter this teaching. And then once you encounter this teaching, realize the value, importance of this teaching. Please share this teaching, Buddha Dharma, with other people, so that those other people also can have a wonderful spiritual, religious joy brought by this teaching, Buddha Dharma. So again, thank you very much for attending today's service. I'd like to conclude my Dharma message reading this passage one more time. So if you can, please put your hands together in Gassho. Leap and dance means to dance in the air and to dance on the ground. It is a form of boundless joy and manifests a state of gladness and delight. Gladness is to rejoice upon attaining what one shall attain, and delight is happiness. Attaining the stage of truly settled, to be liberated from samsara, expresses itself in this form. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sensei, especially for sharing your merit virtue with all of us, and thanks to everyone here for sharing all your merit virtue with everyone here, and hopefully the rest of the world. Please rise if you are able to follow along with the gatha Arigato, which is on the handout. Thank you. You may now be seated. Oh my goodness, no guests today. We're all just insiders. Oh, I could have done all kinds of inside jokes if we knew we didn't have other people here. Anyway, we will now read the announcements that have been submitted. First, online meditation and discussion will be this Wednesday, July 17th, starting at 7 p.m. The sign-up link is on our website. The BBT Dharma, the monthly online study session, will be next Wednesday, the 24th, starting at 6:30 p.m. The topic will be Teachings of the Seven Masters. The sign-up link, as always, is also on our website. The Interfaith in Action, Sunday, July 28th, during the Sunday service. Please join us for an interfaith conversation on how our faith moves us to take social action in a world full of problems. This conversation will be between our own Reverend C.J. Dunford, Reverend Dr. Dorsey Blake, Church of the Fellowship of All People, San Francisco, and Pacific School of Religion, Berkeley, and Reverend Deborah Lee, United Church of Christ and Interfaith Movement for Humanity of Human Integrity in Oakland. That's a mouthful. Finally, Jodo Shinshu Center parking will be available next Sunday, July 21st. The gate will be open at 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. and close at 9:30 a.m. sharp. Please arrive during this half hour, to take advantage of the JSC parking for the Sunday service. Thank you. I think that's it for me.
Hi. Now I'd like to say thank you to all those who have made today's service possible. First, Atsu-san, thank you very much for your wonderful chair speaker. As usual, ありがとうございます。Yeah, insider's job. Yeah. And then the live streaming team for your help during today's live streaming service. ありがとうございました。And then Emiko-san and the DI, the singers, for leading the Girls Are Beautifully today. ありがとうございました。And then thank you, July monthly group, Toban, for preparing the refreshment in the social hall for after service. Thank you very much. ありがとうございます。And then thank you, Tara, although she's not here. She's preparing the charcoal. Thank you, Tara, and then CJ Sensei for being assisting me for today's service. ありがとうございました。So this concludes today's service, and thank you everyone who joined the service today in person and virtually. ありがとうございます。See you next week. Bye.